This video is on parts of the sentence. The essential question for these notes is how can understanding sentence parts help you construct and punctuate sentences properly? The two main parts of a sentence are the subject and the predicate. The simple subject of a sentence is the noun or pronoun that is doing or being something with no modifiers. For example, in the sentence, "The new students entered the classroom," students is the simple subject. To find the simple subject, ask yourself, who or what is doing the action? The complete subject of a sentence is the noun or pronoun that is doing or being something, plus all its modifiers. So if we look at the previous sentence, "The new students entered the classroom," we said that students is the simple subject, but the complete subject would be the new students. A sentence has a compound subject if it has two or more subjects that share a verb. So in this sentence, the students and the teacher looked at each other. Students, teacher is the compound subject, and to review what we went over in the previous slide, the students and the teacher would be the complete subject. The simple predicate of a sentence is the verb or verb phrase, and remember that it can also be a state of being. Going back to our original sentence, "The new students entered the classroom," entered is the simple predicate. To find the predicate or to find the verb in a sentence, just ask yourself, what does the subject do or what happened to it? The complete predicate of a sentence is the verb or verb phrase, so that's the simple predicate, and all the words that tell what the subject did or what happened to the subject. So we have this same sentence, "The new students entered the classroom." In the previous slide, you saw that entered was the simple predicate. Entered the classroom is the complete predicate. A sentence has a compound predicate if it has two or more verbs or verb phrases that share the same subject. So in this case, the teacher presented information and gave examples. We have the verb presented and the verb gave. There's only one subject though, that's teacher. Presented information and gave examples would be the complete predicate. Presented, gave is the compound predicate. A fragment is a group of words that is only part of a sentence. A fragment might be missing a subject, a predicate, or both. Look at these examples. Have many missing assignments in their grades. This fragment is missing the subject. Look at the next one. Lazy students. This fragment is missing the predicate. Look at this final example. Missing assignments in their grades. This fragment is missing both the subject and the predicate. A direct object is a noun or pronoun that tells who or what receives the action of the verb. The verb must be an action verb. Verbs that need nouns to complete the meaning, or verbs that need direct objects to complete the meaning, are called transitive verbs. In this example, the teacher showed a video. Video is the direct object. To find the direct object, ask what after the verb. So, showed what? A video. An indirect object is a noun or pronoun that tells to or for whom the action of the verb is done. So, for example, in this sentence, the teacher showed students a video. Students is the indirect object. To find the indirect object, just ask yourself, to whom or for what after the direct object. So using this sentence, we would say video to whom? Students. Now please note that a prepositional phrase that starts with to or with the preposition for is not an indirect object. In that case, it would be a prepositional phrase with to or for as the preposition, and then the noun or pronoun after it as the object of the preposition. An object complement is a noun or adjective that follows the direct object and renames it in the case of a noun or describes it in the case of an adjective. Keep in mind that only certain verbs and their synonyms can be followed by an object complement. For example, look at the ones here in parentheses. To look at an object complement in a sentence, let's look at these two examples here. Over 200 staff members call Montclair High School home. In this sentence, Montclair High School is the direct object. Home is the indirect object. The word home is renaming Montclair High School. In the next example, their caring personalities make MHS special. Again, MHS is the direct object, and in this case, the adjective special is the indirect object, and it's describing MHS. A subject complement is a noun or adjective that follows a linking verb and renames the subject if it's a noun or describes the subject if it's an adjective. There are two types of subject complements: predicate nominative and a predicate adjective. I'm going to go into more detail about both of these types of subject complements in the last two slides. A predicate nominative is a noun that follows a linking verb and renames the subject. So in this sentence, Ms. Valdez is a teacher. Ms. Valdez is the subject. The noun teacher is the predicate nominative. So I'm going to mark it with a PN. And this noun right here is renaming me. Instead of calling me Ms. Valdez, you could call me teacher. A predicate adjective is an adjective that follows a linking verb and describes the subject. So in this sentence right here, again, Ms. Valdez is the subject. The adjective energetic is the predicate adjective. I'm going to mark it with a PA. And this adjective energetic is describing Ms. Valdez, the subject of the sentence.